ready. So the truth behind fat loss diets and what you need to know in order to lose fat and keep it off. Of course, most fat loss diets follow a specific approach or certain foods, but it just seems like there's just so many different diets out there. To me, it's overwhelming. So really the right question is like, what is the right diet to follow to lose fat? And if you don't find out the truth behind fat loss diets, are you actually going to lose the fat and keep it off for good? So stick around to the end of the video, and I'm also gonna be explaining to you guys like what I do within my diet / lifestyle in order to be, I would say, stay in good shape for the past 10 years. And that has been something I've been able to stay really consistent at, and I'm proud about that. But before we begin, I just want to say, like, I think diets for most people, it's like a religion. Like they're willing to stand on that hill and die, or it's like camps and people are like, you know, we're this type of diet and we believe in this. Like, it is crazy how people talk about their diets. So give me your opinion or your perspective in the comments below, because we're all allowed to have an opinion. And I know some people follow specific diets in order to help them with their health. And I know some of you guys are gonna be like, my God, my Aunt Carol followed that specific diet and it changed her life, and all those other diets are trash. You don't know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. I'm just talking about what I've tried for experience and talking to other people, and really tailored towards fat loss itself. So a diet that's gonna help with fat loss. Let's talk about definitions and terms. Like, how do we define the word diet? And you search it on Google, let me look here. It says, a diet is the food and drink that a person or animal consumes. It can also refer to a specific eating plan for a particular purpose, such as weight loss or improving health. So let's dive into it. First one I'm gonna talk about, ooh, this one's spicy, baby. This diet right here, it's all over the internet, social media, and that is the carnivore diet. And actually, I'm eating steak and eggs right now, man. Check it out. Maybe you're wondering, well, Keith, do you do the carnivore diet? I don't. I've never tried the carnivore diet. However, I really do like the carnivore food. I'm gonna eat the carnivore food once in a while. Like, I'm gonna eat the steak, the eggs, the beef, and I usually eat like a lot of eggs every day, but I'm not gonna limit myself to other foods. And I just think the carnivore diet, the food is really nutrient rich, kicks cravings. I don't know, man. I just don't think I'd be able to do it for 5 to 10 years. And if I were to do a carnivore diet, I'm gonna struggle with like digestive problems for sure. And don't get me wrong, like I talk to people and they're like, dude, the carnivore diet has helped me so much. Like, my body is completely transformed, and that's amazing. I love that. But I do think a lot of those guys, I asked them too, like, did you cut out all the processed and ultra processed food that you're eating before? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, perfect. That kind of answers it right there. I feel like people online too, when you're in the carnivore camp, like they demonize other diets, or like, you shouldn't be eating that, put that down right now, like eat all your meat and organs, blah, 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 blah. And conspiracy this and conspiracy that. It's like, okay, like I get it, man. I get it. But like, I'm still gonna eat steak and eggs because I enjoy it. But also, like, I'm gonna utilize the hell out of my carbohydrates for my training, performance, and recovery in the gym. And yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I think most people should start eating high protein, high fats, like the carnivore diet. It's gonna keep you really satiated. It is rich in nutrients. It's just, I don't know how you're gonna deal with it every single day for the rest of your life. Like, you gotta make that diet into a lifestyle in order to like really stick with it. So next up is the ketogenic or keto diet. So the ketogenic diet, I actually tried just for a bit, a few years ago when I was younger. The pros that you're gonna find right away is you're gonna lose a lot of weight pretty quickly, mostly water weight. You limit your carbohydrates. Same like carnivore. Difference between carnivore and keto is like, carnivore is like no carbs, and then keto is just like limited carbs. Yeah, I mean, I got pretty lean pretty quickly, but man, those cravings came in about the burgers and everything else, and it was pretty damn difficult. I just think this one, I don't know why, I just think it's the hardest one, like one of the hardest ones to stick to. I've talked to a lot of people that have done keto too, and they're like, yeah, like it works great. Your body's gonna slip into ketosis, and it's gonna start utilizing the fat storage as energy. So you're gonna get leaner, but it's just, dude, it's just hard. Like, when it comes down to just daily lifestyle and going out and about, like, it just gets hard over time. I don't know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it for a long time when I did try it. I think this diet's just gonna lack a lot of essential nutrients like fiber, minerals, and vitamins. But overall, I mean, it's not terrible, but I don't know. Keto, I've never really been a fan of keto. So next up is intermittent fasting. Now, this one is actually pretty freaking effective. Most of my one-on-one clients that come to me that work with fat loss, I will get them to focus on a little bit of intermittent fasting. It really depends on the person and how they react to it. But what you're gonna find with intermittent fasting is Again, intermittent fasting is when you're gonna eat for a period, like a window period, and then not eat. You're gonna fast for a prolonged period of time. I mean, what I find is I have a lot of good mental clarity when I do fast in the mornings, especially in the fat loss phase, because it takes so much energy for your body to break down food. So this could be a great diet if you're busy, you're a business owner, or you have a lot of just like mental tasks in your career and you need to really focus. Also, when it comes down to your eating window, like you could probably have like 2 large meals and feel pretty good, feel pretty satiated. I find that when I've done it in the past, and sometimes when I get my clients to do it, they do become a little bit more irritable. It is hard not to eat. I mean, there's food around us all the time. We could pick up our phone and do like the freaking skip, and there's just food everywhere, right? So it can be pretty difficult. And one other thing as well with intermittent fasting, I just feel like when it comes down to social gatherings, you're meeting up with people and you're like, yeah, man, sorry, I'll come over for dinner, but I can't eat because it's not my window period time. It's like, it's a little tough. Next up is a low fat diet. This one right off the bat, when you hear low fat, you just think of low satiety response. Fat is going to keep you satiated and full. And if you're eating a low fat diet, it is going to kind of mess with your hormones because fats are great for your hormones. Also, some vitamins require a dietary fat for absorption. So having a low fat diet, those vitamins are not going to absorb as well. And I do think most people, when they think low fat diet, it's like, yeah, I'm going to take a low fat diet because I don't want to be fat anymore. It's like, no, dude, like you still need good, like there's good fats. You still need the good fats. Don't cut them out. And last is the vegan diet. So with the vegan diet, it is linked to lower cholesterol levels and reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. However, I do think when I speak to a lot of people that have tried the vegan diet or they're currently doing it, I think they have really like a purpose behind the vegan diet when it comes down to animals and such. And when I think I watched that, what was it, Game Changers on Netflix, that actually blew my mind. However, I just think that, again, like I still like to eat my steak and like I like to have my meat, man. So I've never really tried the vegan diet before. You might have a few nutritional deficiencies, but also when it comes down to the protein intake, it's like hard to focus on getting in enough protein. So I'm just giving you guys a bunch of pros and cons to these fat loss diets, and like really like the truth behind any sort of fat loss diet is a caloric deficit. You need to be eating less calories than what your body needs to eat in order to lose fat. And so, you can follow a specific diet for what you want to do, what you want to try. But personally for me, what I've been doing for the longest time is just having a balanced approach with food in general. Like again, like I still like to have carnivore meals, but I don't have them all the time. Sometimes I'll have a lot of carbs and a little bit lower fat, but I track my macros when I need to, if I need to get really lean or put on some muscle, and then I just kind of switch to like intuitive eating. I'm using my intuition, I'm looking at my food, and I enjoy it. And it's nothing that I try to stress about too much. I never really looked at like I follow a specific diet and this is the only one that works. I stick to really good health, like single ingredient foods that are gonna really keep me full and satiated. And from time to time, I'm still gonna grab a milkshake and a burger, man, because that's what life is about. You should enjoy yourself and have food that you enjoy from time to time, but not too much of it. And I think a diet, when you think of the word diet, it's like so restricting. Like, oh yeah, I'm following a diet right now, so like you're restricted. But like when I help my guys like lose like fat loss phases, like yeah, I get them to eat certain types of foods that are gonna keep them full, satiated, give them good amount of energy, help them with their nutritional benefits when it comes down to your vitamins and minerals. But it's just, man, the diet culture is just so insane and crazy. And I think that you should follow something that you think you can stick to, but for a long period of time. And if you can do that for a long time and you feel good and you're getting rid of some, stubborn belly fat, all that visceral belly fat that's not healthy for you, then great. I'm still gonna eat carbohydrates all the time because carbs are great for recovery, training, and training purposes. And they're fucking carbs, man. Carbs are good. They're not essential, but they're still good, and I'm still gonna enjoy it.